Hi, and I said I wasn't going to play any internet chess blitz for a while yesterday, so of course I've decided to play some internet chess blitz straight away, just to prove myself wrong. I like doing that occasionally in life, just to mix things up a little bit, prove myself wrong, do the opposite of what I say I'm going to do. But to be honest, I'm quite hungover today. I played in a blitz competition yesterday in London, 15 Grandmasters playing, and it's sponsored by Grandmaster David Norwood, and it's beer and blitz, and it's in memory of those chess players who have passed away in the past, basically. And it was great fun, but I turned up at 11 a.m. and one of the requirements of playing was that you had to drink alcohol. So not good if you're Muslim, but it was a lot of fun, and I certainly did drink quite a lot of alcohol. So I thought, what better way to get over a hangover than to play some blitz now? Okay, anyway, so yeah, just breaking my own rules. But when I get serious, I will get on with this really interesting idea. I had a quick look at your comments. Some of you guys were guessing what my crazy idea was, and some very interesting answers there. Oh shit, have I allowed taking and bishop there? Oh, we don't worry about that. Yeah, some very interesting answers. And I have to say, yeah, me playing naked, no, that's not going to happen, I'm afraid. I don't want to put you through that pain and agony. But I think next week, if I've got a bit of time, I've got some other things I need to do, obviously, but I'm going to try to get creating again, even though I lost all this work, and hopefully we can get some stuff going with that. Oh, anyway, I better concentrate on the chess now. So I was a bit worried about bishop to c2 there. It seemed quite hard to defend this pawn. Now, have I got knight? Let's play normal move. Knight here looks normal. I wanted to try to get my knight into b6, but he's always got this move, so it's not going to work very well. Now, maybe my king is quite okay on d2 in the centre of the board because the queens are off now. Oh, why are you doing that now, internet? Very strange, internet. So I'm just checking my internet. My internet speed seems to be working okay. I played some games earlier, and there didn't seem to be any problems. Okay, anyway, onwards bound. So probably a slight advantage. This is not one of the most interesting games in the world, this one. Has to be said. I'm wondering if I should play e4 or not. The problem with e4 is that my d4 pawn does become a bit weakened. My e3 pawn does a great job of guarding that one. Now I'm just going to step out the way here. I don't like it when my opponent lines up a rook like that. Okay, now I'm just going to try to get a little bit aggressive over on this area of the board. This is clearly one of my main ideas behind rook g1. Try something like this. Maybe my opponent's having internet problems. That's the thing. I mean, e4 was very tempting to play that, but you have to be careful when you play e4 and use pawn structures when you have your pawn on d4 like this, because the move e4 means that d4 will always be weak. It will always be weak for the rest of the game. So you have to be very careful about doing this. I mean, I remember Keith Arkle, Grandmaster Arkle, told me that, when he's played e4 in a number of games, it has often turned out to be a mistake for the same reason. So I'm just going to keep these pawns intact and see if I can instead get initiative on the king side, even though the queens are off the board. So, a bit of pressure against g7. My opponent, I think, is having trouble with his clock, so maybe this is not one of the best games. Now, I'm going to keep the bishops on the board. I mean, I could have exchanged off, but as a basic rule, you want to avoid exchanging pieces when your opponent is more cramped. So that is why I've kept the bishops on the board, and my opponent is certainly more cramped. Okay, now can I go? No, I can't do that. Let's not do anything too crazy. I mean, I think my opponent's doing very badly on time, isn't he? So that's going to be the main problem. I just move my bishop here to avoid any knight h5 moves. But I think this game's going to be decided on time. My opponent, I think that's fair, because the last video I did, I lost a lot of points because of my connection. So I might be getting him back now, and it looks like his time has gone. Okay, well, we'll see if we can play someone else. There's no point... Well, okay, unless he wants to play again. There's not really no point playing someone who's got awful connection issues. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, the Blitz. I got to the quarterfinal, and I'll show you what... I don't know if I can. Okay, let's see if I can go... Can we do this? I'll show you my game. I got to the quarterfinal, so I beat... I did very well in the group stages. I got, I think, out of 9 rounds, 8.5 out of 9. Beat 3 international masters. Then I beat international master Ali Mortazali, really nice guy, strong player, in the quarterfinal. In this, in the next knockout. Then in the quarterfinal, I lost to Spielman, and Spielman game was quite peculiar. And I'm just I'll maybe show you that now. It was a 5-minute game, but I very annoyed with this game because I had a mind blank, or maybe a Guinness white wine, honey Jack Daniels, and Stella blank. Yeah, it was. I was a bit gone, and my opponent played this opening with e4, which is okay. Quite an interesting way of meeting the Dutch, and now knight c3. And one of the main ideas with this line is that white wants to take on d4, on f5, and play d4. Breaking in the centre. I mean, I'm searching, waiting for a game. So if a game comes along, we have to disregard this. So my pet line here is c5. So I'm just stopping him ever going d4. And that's sort of a good way of doing it. And it's quite good for Blitz because Spielman played very quickly with normal moves. And we got this position now. And after he took on f5, I already think I'm better here. And I mean, I've got more central pawns. My f-file can be very good later on for an attack, and my pieces look very well developed, so I'm certainly not worse. He played h3, but an unbelievable moment of beer and alcohol, sort of, should we say, blindness now occurred. And my opponent played g4, Spielman, who's got to, I think, the quarter or semi-finals of the World Championships before, so he's a very good player. Jonathan Spielman, very imaginative player. And for here, I fought for maybe 30 seconds, and I was only thinking about bishop takes g4 here, which is clearly a pile of rubbish, because, okay, I'll get my knight to this square, and my idea is to try to get my queen to h5. And if I get my queen to h5, it becomes quite dangerous, but I don't believe this. But for some reason, I missed knight takes g4. And I've played this kind of tactic in hundreds of games before. Literally hundreds of games. And it's a very basic tactic. And I'm pretty sure this would have just given me a winning position and put me through to the semi-finals and guaranteed me some money. I had to win this game to be guaranteed £100. And it was £1,000 first prize. So, it was a bit bloody annoying. Complete oversight by both of us. The point is, after here bishop takes, I have this awful pin on f3. I've got 2 pawns for the piece. So I've got my knight coming to d4, my queen coming to h5, and it just looks absolutely diabolical for white. Spielman mentioned afterwards he was going to play knight here, but then knight d4 here is only way to try to defend this. But I probably have a number of strong moves here. Bishop g5, try to get rid of the defender. Is that winning? Bishop g5, so let's calculate c3. Bishop takes d2, pawn takes d4. Not quite winning. I mean, I think I'd just play this in a blitz game. And the point is, if I'm queen gets to h5, I'm going to win the piece back on f3. And after c3, which is the only move, well, I expect I should play knight to e6 here, and this knight will come round, and it's very, very dangerous anyway. Maybe it's not completely winning. Maybe Spielman is holding on here. I mean, I can take here as well, because he's got this annoying little queen b3 check. So, I'm not sure. Is there a better move here? It's a better move, because if he goes c3, he's starting to get out of trouble. It's not as winning as we both thought it was, which is good, because that would be very, very frustrating. I mean, a queen e8, c3, knight, let's say knight e6, still very dangerous. And all my pieces coming around to assault his king. Maybe queen b3. and then my queen just comes over here. I mean, this still looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, I've got my rook coming in, I've got my knight coming in. I mean, I've got so many pieces attacking, and he's lost the protection of his king. So, so that was the frustrating story yesterday. I missed this great opportunity in the game. Okay, good timing. We've got another game on the go now, and hopefully my opponent will have good connection. So that's how I threw away any chance at money. And it's annoying when you're playing. It's one game for £100. Like saying, if I won that, I would have had a chance to win more money if I'd have won the next one. If I won 3 games in a row, I would have got £1,000. So, is all I can say to that. Right, okay, let's concentrate on this. So, this is the English defence, this opening I've picked. King F1 is surprisingly one of the best moves, because my plan is to go F5, and his King F1 stops that. My bishop on B4 was out of place. So, this weird manoeuvring that I've done here is in order to get my bishop away from B4, where it's very exposed, and play it now like a hedgehog. And the hedgehog, sorry, not hedgehog, should I say hippo? Bloody stupid names, all these anyway. And I'm trying to prove that the king is badly placed on F1, which it should be in a hippo. So I think Tony Miles, the great Tony Miles, would approve of my strategy here. This is the kind of stuff Tony would enjoy doing. Okay, let's make him play D5. Close the position down. I might regret that. And now my main idea, because he's gone H4, was to put a piece on G4. And I've got to think where my only break is in this position, because I could be in danger. You know, his knight's coming in here. Is he going to go G4? Well, if he goes G4, he stops my only break. So I'm going to gamble with this move and hope he doesn't play G4. F5 is my only break. I mean, he's also got other ideas like bishop takes this one. Okay, so he's allowing me to play this. Maybe he thought the position was too drawish. But I've got to get this break in. It's the only way I can generate any counterplay in this position. And now I have some counterplay on Freddy file. Freddy is firing up the board. Oh boy, dear boy. Met some lovely people yesterday as well. Some really nice people were at the event. So yeah, that was really nice. This is a good thing with these sociable chess events. You know, you do get to meet some very interesting characters, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm thinking G4, Rook F4. I'm happy to sack the exchange in that position. You know, if he takes, I take this pawn and it frees my bishop, and his knight's quite bad. So, okay, so he's not allowing that one, but I'm just going to bring all my pieces to the game. And this looks like it should be quite good. Now let's try and open up my bishop on B7. If I can get that one in the game, I'll be laughing. Absolutely laughing. Try to... Okay, so now I probably have to... Well, I've got this one. I can take here first. Takes here, check. But I think I'm just going to go... Well, I'm very tempted to go with this move. What do I take? Let's just... Need to consider this one for a second. Check. Opens up my bishop. Takes... A little bit hungover. Okay, shit. I've got to move. Can't forget not to move in these. Okay, right. So he hasn't even got involved with that. And now maybe here. Let's do this one instead. And I like my position. I mean, okay, but what am I doing next? I need to get to this pawn. I haven't got any immediate tactics. Okay, but I've got to move quick. That is the most important thing in my position now. His knight. Well, his knight's only option is to take my rook, but it seems like all my pieces have found very good squares here. And with E4, I'm also opening up my other bishop. Maybe my bishop on B7 is not on its best square now. Do I reroute it to D3 or do I try to pressurize G4? Not sure which is the best way to get this guy in the game. So my opponent is trying to run away. And... he can run, but he can't hide. Now, I could take there. That should be great compensation as well. I'm just going to play here. I've got to move quick now. Got to move quick. So I'm just going to go here because this always gives me options. If he takes my rook, I can play queen takes and bishop takes g4. And this pawn is a weakness, so we might as well go for it. And now I'm going to go for... Should I go for this or do I have something even more aggressive? Right, got to play much quicker here. Let's... Not sure about that one. I say I've got to play quicker. We'll actually bloody do it then, Simon. Okay, let's talk now, because otherwise I'm just going to lose on time. I've got a good position. Don't want to throw this away. He's going to run away with his king, and then I can take here. Or do I just... Okay, I'm not gonna take on f2. I don't want an ending. Don't want an ending at the moment. I think I should be keeping the pieces on. And now... Okay, do I have to be careful of rook takes here? Potentially. He's coming in, but my piece is improving. But I'm not breaking through, am I? Okay, Simon, let's do something now. Come on, in we go. But, well, this is a problem. Not sure about this move. Yeah, I've just left myself too short in this game, to be honest. I mean, you probably know how terribly I play when I'm short of time. And I do this quite often, don't I? Okay, let's try to swap some off. Still some chances here. Actually, very good. I'm still better. I'm still... Well, maybe. Like a bloody big duck. Excuse my French. Nearly got back in that one. I mean, I was just... I think if I just basically had sorted my time out a bit earlier, then that would have been mine. Okay, let's see if we can get back into it. I was obviously fought back well there, and my position, I think I was sort of outplayed in I would feel. But I left myself a bit too short. So we're going to now revert back to a London system. I mean, you know, a good tip. This is from years of experience. If you're playing chess, you know, you're not on the best shape, which occasionally happens, doesn't it, in life, then you should probably play quiet openings. Hence what I'm doing here, the London system. Some nice, quiet opening. Now, is he going to fall for a famous trick? This is a famous trick. Bishop takes h7. Does it work? I'm going for it. I think this is a famous trick that if you watch and you buy my day by day, you'll realise that this is bloody good. Or is it? Oh, he hasn't got bishop on d7. That's the point. So previously the bishop is on d7. So it looks like he's out-prepared me here. Shit. So, that's bollocks, is all I can say. He's actually out-prepared me. It makes a big difference. Normally he has a bishop on d7. And in that situation, I can check, take here, take the queen, or take the queen first. But now, well, this is looking rather shite. I mean, it might still be some chances. I have to keep the queens on the board. I have to. And it looks like it might be a draw, in actual fact. Maybe I can get a draw. And considering I've been tricked, that's not the end of the world. This is one position. I mean, you know I don't like taking draws, but this is one of those positions where I really can't see any other option. Okay, well, I thought I lost there for that little tactic, but that just shows you've got to look out for these subtleties a lot. And now, right, let's see if we can get back in with a win. Okay, I'll stick to the Dutch for now. And another thing is, you know, when you're a bit tired, play openings you know the best. And I'm just going to stick to my normal plan of trying to bring my queen to h5 and checkmating him. I love that plan. Such an easy plan to play. Okay, now it's slightly different now because he's gone for an e4 setup. And in these positions, I always think that I want to play a move like d6, but my bishop should be on the other side of my pawn structure, if you see what I mean. Because if my bishop was an e7, it'd be quite badly placed. But on this square, it seems to be outside, better structure. I don't know. I mean, it's probably just a fairly even position, and I'm still gonna keep ideas of my queen coming over here in the air. Now, let's finish the development of my pieces. If knight here, I'll whip it off. I've got to keep this bishop. Don't want to lose this bishop. This is a very nice piece. Don't want to allow him to take that. I mean, it wouldn't have been tragic because I've still got this d4 square. And now my opponent is still going for some plan with knight here. And this is one of the issues with putting my bishop here. Okay, I'm going to have... I don't like giving up that one. Let's go... bit negative, that move. Okay. Trying to cover this square. It's a bit negative. Not sure I'm really happy with that move. But anyway... And now a standard idea from my opponent. I will have to lose my bishop now. This is a very standard idea to try to damage my pawns. I'm hoping I had this covered. Looks okay to me. He's got, he's got some squares, so but it's still, it's a pawn. It's a pawn. Just call me the pawn grabber. And yeah, I don't know what song I was trying to sing that to. Okay, well let's stop any checks on this square and try to finish my development. Makes sense. Maybe I set up with a rook here, pawns on these squares. I like that setup. Or first of all, how about we? God, I'm missing a lot today. Knight d5 is annoying. I was hoping I'd just get my knight in here, but okay, he's gone this way. Doesn't that allow me this move, which knight d5 wouldn't have allowed? And now I can make sure I save that one. And okay, well, this is looking very good now. I think he should have gone knight d5. I don't know why his knight's over on b5. But it's still murky position. So I'm going to try... Now, okay. Because my queen's a little bit funny. Little bit funny. Can I go queen f7? It's kind of a move I don't want to play. Let's move this one in first. Okay, let's do this. Let's keep things sensible. And maybe next I want to tuck my king away and put my bishop on g8. Okay, so he's moved here. I think my bishop wants to go this way, actually, because it doesn't look great here. And now I want to move this knight. You see, I'm trying to. Eventually, I will play knight d4, but I'm trying to just deal with any slight issues I have on the king side. Oh, he's moved. Okay, didn't even realise he's moved. Never good when these things happen in chess. Oh, did I really just play that? Yes, I did. You are a bloody idiot, Simon. Bloody idiot. Oh dear. Well, that was pathetic. Is the only way to... Maybe it's time to call it a day. With moves like that. I mean, look, my knight's completely... I mean, I haven't even got any compensation here. I was doing well. Okay, well, we're going to say as soon as I lose another game, that's it for me. That's it for me. I will have enough as soon as I lose another game. After this one, I'm gonna play on because I've got two pieces. You don't... A good bit of advice: you don't win games from resigning. Yeah, which is coming very soon. Very soon. Maybe next move resigns. Any hope here? Well, I mean, if my knight was somewhere a bit better, I might sort of have some vague hope. But in this position, not really. Can I blockade it? No, you can't blockade crap. You know, you can't. I mean, no. Can I win on time? Maybe. Okay, so that is Okay, well, thank you. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Give me all your pawns. Come on, boys. Get rolling. This is a crafty plan, is it? Okay, well, you do that. I'm gonna push them up the board. I don't think they're going anywhere, but, you know, at least I tried. This guy's pretty quick, as I saw on the first game anyway, so it's pretty... Yeah, I mean, come on. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Okay, so we're playing till I lose another game, or maybe he doesn't want to play anymore, but I'm not going to lose a game. Time to get a row. I lost a couple to this guy, and he's one game away from 2,600, so if you're having a bad day, the one thing to do is at least ruin your opponent's day as well. So let's not let him get to 2,600. So I've got to play better and quicker now. And then I'm going to go for a Sunday roast. And I'll feel damn good after that. Maybe I'll even stream later today. Who knows? If I you know, on the off chance. Okay, right. So played a King's Gambit, and my opponent is holding on to his pawn that he's so bravely taken, and I'm going to play in typical fashion, get the centre, and in the King's Gambit, one thing that often comes up, actually, which people don't realise, if you can just win this pawn back, knight e2, knight takes f4, you often get fantastic position. And, well, why go backwards when you can go forwards? So let's move it in. And I just want to take the pawn back, because then I retain my centre, and I'm not material down. So, okay, so I've got to be careful of something taking on d4, hence why c3 keeps my centre intact. And I should be a bit better here. Look at these guys, Eddie and Derek. Hello! Next, I'm just going to go h3. Oh, I said that a bit scaredly, didn't I? No, I think I'm just going to keep things nice and safe. So I'm happy to do a number of exchanges, because this position here, he's going for all these exchanges, but I don't think this is going to really... I'm happy to make exchanges, because I still think my pawn structure will give me a small edge. Not just my pawn structure, but my open f-file. I don't want to exchange knights, though. I've got to keep a little bit of tension in the position. But my plan here... No, I don't want to... Okay, it's just pressure on the f-file. Let's do that first. Let's bring them all to the f-file. And now... Next plan, I probably want to put a pawn on h5, because that stops like things in knight g6. If he ever plays knight g6, it gives me the f5 square for my knight. So this is a very pleasant position. And this is what he's saying, the King's Gambit. I know it's a gambit line, hence the name gives it away. But you can just aim to play it positionally as well. Now, like I said, I want to keep the knights on the board. Okay, so I'm going to play here. I don't think he'll go for a draw anyway, because he's... Well, okay, I'm not going to... He knows I won't go for a draw. Okay, so I'm just doing this to avoid a draw and to guard my e-pawn in some situations. Still trying to get this bloody draw, isn't he? Knight back. Stop messing about with your pieces. The only one going to win now is exchange queens, which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to go for an exchange of queens, because I thought my queen would be very useful later on in the attack. You can see my plan, given a bit of time, was to put pawn on h5 and try to, you know, and he's... Oh, go away, man! You're starting to annoy me with your bloody hops. Okay. So, will he let me get my pawn here now? He will. Okay, well, I'm going to get my pawn there. That stops his knight hopping around and pissing me off. And now... Okay... Is he going to break with this move? No. Okay, let's get the pawn there first. Slightly better for me. So he's doing some maneuvers. I don't know what he's doing. I'll let him keep doing his maneuvers. Now h6 becomes a possibility. And yes, I will play h6. I see. He wants to get his knight here, because then he gets a little bit of pressure here. Now that my h-pawn's moved. So that was clearly his idea. But on the other hand, I'm aiming for this one. It's probably, okay, probably slightly better for me. But I've had to take some risks in order to, well, I don't know why he did that. I'm sure what he did there was, are you gonna go, brave soldier? No, I don't want to lose Harry. We don't want to just give away Harry without fight. Okay, pawn up again. Let's win this one. bringing the king in first. Of course, the king comes in. He can go g5. Now, I don't want to trap my own rook. Just be careful, Simon. Do not trap your rook. Do not trap your rook. Fucking hell, I'm going to trap my rook. Okay. Nope. Still okay. I think this is still okay. I'm thinking it's okay. Is it okay? It's okay. It's okay. Now I've got my rook there. It's okay. Pressure is on. He's going to go there. Check. My king. Does that help bringing it around here? I don't know. Let's do it anyway. So, now. Take here. Wasn't the best move, was it? My last one. Ah, drifting. I'm drifting. Come on. Let's not drift anymore. Right, sorry, I'm just going to think about this. I need to be a bit quieter when I'm hungover. Life ain't easy. Oh. Flip it out. Why didn't even consider that one? Bastard. Weird, though. Weird. I've got a weird idea here. I've got a very strange idea. I'm thinking this king and pawn ending is bloody weird because he's kind of, we're both in Zugzwang. I don't know. I need to, whoever loses the move, don't know. I haven't got time to work this out. I think I'm going to bloody lose the move first, aren't I? Shit. Ah, oh, you idiot. Ah! Right, not a good session today. It's hard when you're hungover. That's my excuse anyway. Ah, even, I mean... well, you know. No one playing on for, to be honest. Well, this is what I'm playing on, clearly. Oh, right, okay, he had me. Oh, I thought I was gonna... Okay, there's no point, it's too quick, this guy. Ah, okay, there we go. One more. Then Sunday, right? I've got to win one game. If he wants to play, maybe he doesn't. So, that was annoying. Okay, I'm just not going to talk here. I'm going to win one game, and at least then it's not being so bad. Right, so I'm going to blitz that. Okay, let's do the Spielman plan. Okay, so I'm not going to talk, but I am talking. I'll talk a little bit. Now, the problem with this variation is some bishop h3 move. If white plays bishop h3, then white can claim some edge. Now, considering it's a bit like Spielman game, why is he giving up that? I mean, this guy's obviously a good player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say he's a bad player because that's just not true. But some of his decisions I find quite suspect. Certainly. And maybe on a better day. Well, on a better day, I'd certainly fancy my chances. Okay. I shut the hell up. Weird pawn structure, isn't it? Go f4. I've got my queen coming over here. I like it. I like it. Well, I'm going to put my queen here anyway. It's always fun to threaten checkmate. Why not? And let's try use Ari. Open him up. Okay, so seems to me that has weakened him a little bit. And the move I want to play is this one at the right time. Okay, so let's just get ready to play it. Let's just get ready to play c4 because then my bishop, my rook, everything is lined up against his poor wee little king. So, okay, so he's trying to stop me doing that. I'm going to move my queen into his guts with an idea of check and taking on a4. Fantastic position for me. Also, queen c3 might be useful. Now, do I have c4 as well? Let's calculate everything, boy. His position is disgusting. But that doesn't mean I'm going to win, as we all know. It's funny how I say I'm not going to play any blitz, and I end up having this session. I really got to go soon though, because I'm hungry and I need my Yorkshire pudding. I need some Yorkshire pudding, definitely. It's a tradition. Maybe a hair of the dog, Bloody Mary as well. Okay, right. So, shut up, Simon, and think. I'm sure you're saying the same at home. Shut up and think. Okay, right. So, trying to force this bishop away. Do I need choice? No. So we move it away. And now he's trying to run. He's very good at finding ways out. Here must be good anyway. Come on, let's just blast him. We need to open it up. Come on, let's open it up. And I always have rook f8, but don't know where my rook wants to be yet. So let's open it up. Let's just open the position. And in we go. In like Flynn. Oh, yes, old boy. Oh, he has rook here. That's a bit annoying. But then I have check with a bishop. Oh, God. I mean, this is flipping lovely, this is. Right. I didn't even see he was trying to swap queens off. Good that I'm awake. Okay. Check. And we'll give you another check, dear boy. Okie doke. He's trying to run. Don't like it when they try to run from me. Trying to run. Okay, let's just bring him all in. He's got a check here. That's annoying. Then I have to go back. Well, I could swap off into the ending. I don't really want to do that, do I? No, we don't want to swap off into an ending. We want to punish this guy. Okay. God, if I don't win this, I mean, I had queen takes g3. Do I have that now? Say quite tentatively. And okay, come on, put down your pipe and smoke it, son. Right. Oh, come on. If I lose this, I am a. Yes, it's check. Well done. Well done and seeing the check, boy. Don't fall for any tricks, Simon. Don't get tricked. Don't lose on time. Think. Okay. How many pawns up am I? Oh, okay, you're threatening my rook. Well done. I see it. I see it. Let's take another one, eh? Don't fall for any tricks. Don't allow him to do any tricks. Oh no, I'm getting worried. I'm just gonna stop any back spankers. No one likes a back spank. Well, not entirely true, is it? Losing my pawns like bloody flies. What's going on? Why are they dropping like that? I can't think today. I've just realised. Oh, have I fallen for a draw? I hope not. I don't know. Is it a draw? I don't know. It's a draw if I'm lucky. Thanks. Thanks, boss. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I managed to win a game. Okay, last one. And then we're upload, and then I'm going to go and eat. Okay, this will be a quick one. I'm going to play very quickly. It's getting near 1 o'clock here. And let's just see. That was better, that last one, wasn't it? That was more like it. That's the way to play chess. And now, okay, well, talking about my Devo days, I'm going to play the line I recommended in Killer D4. And that is a line with an early G4 against the King's Indian. And the idea of this G4 move is that in the King's Indian defense, in this structure, Black's main break is F5. And by playing, go away, pawns. By playing this way, I'm going to try and make it a little bit harder, because if he plays F5, I can take that and I open up the G file. So this is the thinking behind this opening. And the weird thing with these positions structurally is that most of my play should be on the queen side. So if I can stop him doing everything he wants over here, then it will be happy days over here. But you know what? Now he's allowed me to get Harry all the way to this square. I'm certainly not thinking about queen side anymore. The king side is where I want him. And I'm just going to do the brutal idea, bishop here and checkmate. And my knight can try to travel. Okay, so he's stopping that idea. But now, well, I like this. If I can force him to take with this pawn, structurally that helps me because I get a passed pawn then. You know, that one later on in the game could be good. And also, if I can... What is that? What have I missed? Oh, it's check. Oh, okay. Good that the GM spot these checks. And, okay, so, well, I might not play that if I saw it as check. Oh dear. Right. Okay. King on G2 is normally where you put your king. So I want to leave my rook here. My rook want to stay on this square. And now, do I suddenly go for the? Yeah, we go. Let's just try and see if some attack over here. I don't know. I mean, I could play this positionally as well. I don't necessarily. Oh, this is a bit iffy now because I've allow his rook in. Okay, so I think I'm going to take here now and change plans a little bit. I'm going to change plans a little bit, try to control the open file. Where is his knight going? Okay, well that's a defensive move he's played. I love it when players do that. So I'm going to bring my bishop back. I'm not going to checkmate him on the king side now because he's got a very good defensive structure. But we can change plans and go for some positional maneuvering here. C6 is where I'd love to get a piece into. Not easy to achieve that. Where do I want my pieces? So we always have to think this. I'm slightly better here. Slightly better must be. Well, it's a slight problem to... I could swap everything off, but that's going to lose my advantage. Okay, my knight, I don't know, it seemed to be okay on f2, but maybe actually I should have gone g5 and knight g4. That was a much more aggressive idea. So my opponent, on the other hand, is going for this exchange of bishops, which is a typical idea to get rid of this piece. Okay, so he's got it in. Good on you. Well done. Congratulations. I'm going to play some tricky moves here. Try to get rid of that knight, which sort of defends his king. Now he can take here, but I'm hoping I'm going to find a way into his position. So he's aiming to exchange everything. Don't want to lose the file. I don't really want... Okay, let's do it. Whoever gets this open file is going to win this game. If I come here, take it. Come here quick. I don't think I've got an edge here. He's trying to get a passed pawn. Okay, no, the queen might come in now. Again, it's this bloody clock which is gonna hold me. Well, yeah, I mean I'm just playing some suboptimal moves maybe now. Takes it with check. Annoying. Check. Queen is such a ridiculous square, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna lose this one. Well, I won one game. You know, that's all. You know, that'll do. That'll do for today. Not the best of Blitz, but okay, my rating for some reason, it seems like I'm losing every time I play Blitz. But for some reason, my rating seems to somehow not be too bad. I don't know how that works out. How does that work out? Anyone know? Anyone know how that works out? Ooh. What is this? What is this? It's a draw. Unbloody believable. Unbelievable. Draw! Just when I was about to resign.